losing my mind.
Welcome back to another episode of Change Tomorrow Today. I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode. It was very hot and it was spicy. And welcome back again to the hottest podcast on the planet.
I was quiet on the last one.
Very quiet.
Oh, listen.
You ain't had nothing to say, huh?
Hey, I'm learning from y'all how it is, dating
Right.
in the single. I'm learning. It's not my expertise. Now, this lane also is not my expertise.
Okay.
Right. This one is gonna be kind of like similar to dating as a single parent, but we're gonna talk about raising children as a single parent. What it's like raising children as a single parent. Is it easy? Is it challenging? And because even a two household is very challenging. Because kids are very different.
Are you talking about in the present time or recent times? Or
we're in this time right now.
For
You. Raising,
okay.
Yeah, we're raising kids in this time we all living in.
For you.
How is it as a single parent, dealing with you guys with your kids,
Go ahead, Vic, set it off.
Well, she said it last time. Let's
All right, so I said
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I would say what is it again, bro?
Raising children.
Raising children. Yeah.
As a single parent. But before we even get to that question, raising as a parent, I would like to know, how did you guys become single parents?
Okay.
Let's get to that. Let's break the ice so we can kind of have, how did you guys become single parents? You know what I'm saying? Like raising your child by yourself.
Okay.
If you don't mind, if you guys don't mind me asking.
I don't mind.
Go ahead.
I had my daughter, me and my high school sweetheart. We had my daughter. So we dated for a while. We graduated high school together. And as do all things, good things come to an end. We were young. We were kids when we started dating. And as we grew into our adult life, it just wasn't something that we wanted to continue. But we dated for, I think, 4 or 5 years before she came along.
So you guys just kind of like faded off.
Yeah. We're still very great friends, like really, really good, like close friends actually. But yeah, just realized that it didn't work.
It didn't work. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for me, with the mother of my kids, she became pregnant when I was 17, but she had my daughter when she was 18.
You guys met in high school?
In high school, correct. So she was my high school sweetheart or whatever. We dated for a good minute or whatever, and we were young at the time.
So you met her like what, 16?
Yeah, I met her. I met her 17 going into 18 or whatever. So I met her. Matter of fact, I was 16 because I was a sophomore. I was a sophomore in high school when I met her. She was 2 grades. I was a sophomore. She was a senior. So she chose up with me. Right. So of course, we were young. And how our relationship came to an end because, of course, her mother was very religious. And in the Haitian household, if you get someone's daughter pregnant, they're going to want you to marry their daughter. So, of course, the mother of my kids, she had her mom, she had her friends, they all were playing in her ear. And, of course, I wasn't no better either. I was doing my thing, she was doing her thing or whatever. So no matter...
What does that mean, my thing?
No, I was dealing with other women. She was seeing other men, and
And you were a trip, man.
Yeah,
so look, you guys have 2 kids.
We have 2 kids.
But you said you was doing your thing.
Yeah, I was doing my thing.
With 2 kids?
Yeah, with 2 kids, bro. Remember, when I had my first daughter.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, when he was in high school still.
I was in high school still, because I had my second daughter when I was a freshman in college.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a freshman.
So how did y'all end up going back?
Well, hey, like D'Angelo said, break up the makeup. It's one of those things when I came back, man.
You went back and you just dropped us?
Yeah, I came back from school on, I think I came back on winter break, and we weren't even seeing eye to eye. So, of course, we reconnected, and you know how they say, we was mad at each other. So we had makeup, sex, and boom, and it happened or whatever. But don't get me wrong, me and her, we tried to make it work. Then I remember, this is when we finally just called it quits. I remember we went to the movies. I can't remember what movie we went to go watch with our kids. So we were sitting there, but we were not emotionally connected. Like it just wasn't there. It felt like it was being forced, right? So it was crazy how me and her we both said it at the same time. Like, you know what? I don't think this is going to work. And we were okay with that. You get what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong. I wanted it to work. She wanted it to work. But it's just that it just wasn't working. Right? So we just call it a quits.
So how was it like, raising your kids by yourself?
Well,
raising your daughter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure. So you're 19. You have your daughter. You were still with him after you had your daughter, or you guys?
We were still together after I had my daughter. We didn't separate till I was about 21.
So that how was that? Like once you guys like
separated,
and you had to do everything.
Kind of like how I said on the last episode, I didn't have that same experience because from the time my daughter was born, she would always, because we didn't live together. You know, I had my place and he was with his mom. And so he got her every week, like faithfully, Wednesday through Friday.
He was an active father.
Yeah. So I didn't really experience, I never really knew what being a single parent was until my daughter was 6 and we moved to Baltimore and I didn't have him. So I didn't have him or his family, and it was really just me and my daughter. And so I was like, "Oh shit! Like this is what they do."
It's work.
Oh,
it's work.
And I was definitely surprised.
It's work.
Right.
It's not easy.
Right. But I would say when I was younger, over time, financially it was tough, man. Just try to put food on the table. Me as a young man trying to find myself, trying to find out what career path I want to go to. Because at the same time, I was chasing my dream. I was trying to play football, trying to catch on with a team. So, of course, it didn't work out. So, I had to go get a job, so I can take care of my kids or whatever. So, those are some of the challenges that I would say that I had with my kids. Of course, with their mother, I won't say that we had baby mama, baby daddy drama or whatever, because we kind of had an understanding or whatever. Even though the kids were with me from the time they were born up until now or whatever. Wow. So as time progressed and as time went on, being at this point of my life right now, I would say parenting is easy for me because, like I said, my kids are grown.
Yeah.
My kids, they don't need my supervision, right? They don't need my supervision. The only thing my kids come for me for advice, maybe they may need me to take care of something for them, and I'll take care of it for them. So I won't say right now in these times that it's hard for me. It's actually easy, bro. Easy.
So my question is, so when you say like school, you went to school, so were you able to where did you go to school? Sorry.
I went to Southern Illinois University.
So you went to Southern Illinois. Did your children go with you?
No, they stayed behind with my mom, with my mother and my sisters. So my mother and my sisters took care of my daughters while I was away for school.
How long were you away?
I was away for 4.5 years.
So then that means that during that time, because I'm only asking because I'm trying to understand how was single parenting for you, but then that means that technically single parenting didn't start for you until when you got back from school.
Right. Well,
at least you were able to go away to school because I know, like, for me, I would say that's when I talk about like any hardships that I experienced after having my daughter. So I graduated when I was 16. I was on a fast track at Nova to do my 4 years in 3. I got pregnant my second year. It was right before I was supposed to go abroad, so I had a lot of stuff kind of planned out, and everything just went to shit. So if I think about like any of the actual struggles, I would say like that was probably like actual struggle because at some point in my pregnancy I wasn't able to go to school anymore. Yeah, so I had to drop out of school. I mean, I didn't have a choice, so I had to drop out of school. But along with that, I think maybe the month before I found out I was pregnant, I had just bought my first car, and then I'm pregnant. So now I don't know how I'm gonna pay the car note or the insurance or like anything. Like life was just coming
you were,
really quick.
18?
Yeah.
19,
yeah. So it was a lot going on at one time that I had to kind of figure out. I didn't work my pregnancy because I just felt like I didn't want to. I'm gonna be honest, I just didn't want to.
Right.
I don't know. All I wanted to do was
it's
eat.
It's gonna be kind of hard to try to do that.
Well, at the time, so when I found out I was pregnant with her, I had 3 jobs, and so I mean, I had to do what I had to do because I had to get through school. So nobody's gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't want to work, and then so I quit my jobs. But then as my pregnancy went on, and the like medically, I couldn't anyway, so it didn't make a difference. But yeah, so that I would say like that probably would be like certain struggles. I remember going back to school a couple of times from, I guess I would say from the time she was like maybe 2, and I stopped probably like at 6 or 7 because I was just over it. I was like, it's just too much trying to manage your time. It was very that between full-time working was very difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Like I always tell you, man, I always give all praises to the Most High and my mother because she basically did all the work for me. She did. I always tell you that, bro. When we have conversations, she did. She did. You know what I'm saying? She did all the work for me because my mother, she understood what my dreams were. So in my mom, in her mind, she was like, you know what? My son has an opportunity. I know what the struggles are. I'm going to do the best that I can do as a mother so that he can whatever it is that he's trying to do, that he reaches those he accomplished that. He accomplished that goal. That's why I will forever honor my mother through the spirit, even though she's no longer here. I will always honor her. Even when my daughter, when she graduated and people were saying, "Hey Al, you did a great job." I said, "Nah, I don't take no credit. All the credit goes to the Most High, and it goes to Catherine Joseph. It goes to her. That's who the credit goes to."
Let me ask you guys this question because I'm not a single parent, but even as a married parent, boy, them kids are working nerves. So I want to know, man, because we all have daughters. So what has been the most challenging thing for you guys dealing with raising girls? I know you said your mother did all the work for you, but I'm pretty sure you still had to be,
of course, I still,
you know what I'm saying. So what was like the most challenging thing you guys had to deal with your daughters growing up?
I mean, considering I'm still going through it,
What the hardest challenge thus
so
far?
far.
Yeah. For me, it's boys.
So I think it's because I'm a woman. It's a little different, and I mean, my daughter's now a teenager. Now it's boys and it's boyfriends, and none of it really surprises me. So I can't say that this would be like one of the hardest. I'm not. I expected it. So, and I actually expected it to be 10 times worse because I know I gave everybody in my life hell. So I'm expecting. Ask me again in 2 years because I'm expecting it to get a lot worse.
Because Jasmine's what, 14, right?
Give me 2 more years.
So what you waiting for 16?
Yeah.
Shit. What about you, brother?
Me, bro, man. Man, when my daughters were going through puberty, boy, that was hell, bro. When they were going through puberty, bro, it was World War III in my house. They had more attitude than a multitude, bro.
Really?
What? Matter of fact, it's my mother who had to give me game. Because I remember one time, right? I went in my daughter's room and I'm trying to talk to her. And she had the nastiest attitude with me. So I'm like, what's wrong with this girl? Then my mom was like, and I'm like, what, mom? She's like, son, she's going through puberty.
Yeah.
That's why she's giving you that attitude. And I said, oh, okay, mom. Thank you for telling me. Because even now, when my daughters, when they have their, when they're on their cycle, time of the month, I already know when they're on it because they're moody. They don't want me bothering them.
Yeah.
I stay away.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah. That's what I have to deal with.
Yeah.
That is one of my challenges.
Women's hormones are something serious.
Yeah, man.
Something serious.
Serious, bro.
One challenge for me is boys. The other challenge for me is very to herself, anti-social. I have 2 daughters.
Opposites.
They're polar opposites. But it's fun, you know what I'm saying? Because one of them keeps me on my toes. The other one, I'm like, get me on my toes, like,
right.
But it's fun, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to deal with any of that because my wife,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine, bro.
Yeah, man. That gave me so much attitude. They'd be like, hey, can you take me here? Or I remember one time, right? I had to pick up my daughter from the library and she was on her cycle. So I was kind of parked, like, I would say maybe like a feet away from her. And she was looking at me like,
waiting for you to pull the car up.
And I'm like, okay. Who this girl think? It was that bad, bro. But the reason why I didn't trip, because I know she's on her cycle. So I pull up or whatever, and me being soft. Okay, baby, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I understand that's part of being a parent. You gotta deal with the ups. You gotta deal with the good and the bad.
Yeah. I think my challenges, I don't know if it's because she's a girl, but my challenge will probably come more so with my son. For sure.
Yeah.
Because that boy right there, yeah, he gonna take you up and through there. For sure. So I'm patiently enjoying this time.
Yeah, and he's a boy too.
Yeah.
Boys are very active.
Bro, I get attitude for nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I come through from work, hey, everybody say hey, everybody say. So the thing is, I'm very inquisitive. I like to ask questions. How's your day? What's going on?
Sometimes you don't want to hear that.
Oh my God, man. I get attitude. I might say, so what you eating? What you making? Just for that alone. And I'll say, you know what? I get it. You ain't gonna get no more out of me. You know what I'm saying? Once you give me the attitude, I get it. You ain't gonna get no more out of me. Then they'll come by me and be like,
when they ready.
Yeah, why you not talking? I'm like, you just gave me attitude. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's just women.
Whatever. So now you want to talk?
Right.
You know, but
it's just women.
I didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah, man, it was bad, bro. I'm still dealing with it. It's a little better now.
Really?
Heck yeah, bro. That's woman's nature, bro.
It's just women.
Yeah, it's just part of a woman's nature, bro.
I don't find it stressful or hard. I find it aggravating. Right. So my daughter, it's very aggravating. And like I said, I'm not surprised by it. She's a lot better than I was, but it still doesn't aggravate me any less. It's still aggravating. Yeah. But it's not like a shock or a surprise. Nothing is. 16, maybe. We'll see what life has in store. But right now, by 16, Miguel gonna be talking real good. So he gonna be telling me everything then.
So so as a single parent, when you guys are dating, what it's like, how is it like when you guys meet somebody, right? Being that you're raising children on your own. And do you guys like introduce your kids to that person? Like, how does that go?
Me, I remember, I would say this. I remember me when it was fresh to me, right? And I would meet women or whatever, like, I'll meet some good quality women. Before I brought my child, before I would introduce my kids to this woman, I would vet the woman, just making sure, you know what? Do I really want to bring my kids around this woman? I want to make sure that my daughters can look up to this woman as a mother figure as well. How does this woman carry herself? Because remember, kids react on what they see. It's not really much so of what they hear, it's what they see, right? So I would say that was one of my that was a quite a bit of challenge for me or whatever, when it came to that part or whatever. In the beginning stage. Yeah, introducing. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Again, with my daughter, I really wasn't a single parent. So, if I'm dating, you got Mondays and Tuesdays. You don't gotta
because you were saying
you don't gotta see no kid.
Okay.
Until I feel like, that's something that I want to do. I actually didn't introduce my daughter to a lot of people, but also she's a lot like me personality wise. So I don't think they would have cared to meet her either. Not at that point in time.
Okay.
I teach my kids to be very vocal. So I don't really bring them around any and everybody. And that's like one of those, if someone walks in the room, you tell your kids they're supposed to speak, right? If I don't feel like I want you around my kid, when you walk in the room, my kid would have to address you. Then that means they have to know your name. They'd have to. You understand what I'm trying to say? So before it gets, I don't really like people to be around my kids.
Okay.
And it's not a like I have a problem with you type of thing. It's just I'm very, very selective as far as who I would bring.
And I'm going to agree with you 100% because I just my personal take, piggyback off what Vic said. If you have kids, I don't think you should be bringing your kids. Allow them to be around certain people. You don't know what energy these people are carrying. And you don't want those bad spirits to, to take upon on transfer onto your kids, right? And I get it.
Even as being in a relationship, I don't bring my kids around. I don't bring anybody around my kids. Like to me, it's just it's a protective thing. Like.
Well, you guys know Miguel's not friendly either, so then I got to deal with all of that.
Right, especially for you, Vic.
No, he right. He in the right space.
Now he don't want you to talk to him or look at him.
Especially for you, Vic, because you have Jasmine, your daughter.
Yeah.
You can't bring any man around her because you don't know if this man gonna be peeping out your daughter. You get what I'm saying?
Well, now I agree.
Right.
So when it goes to that, I never concern myself about that either.
Okay.
Just because of me.
Okay.
And my life experiences and stuff like that. So. No.
Right.
But yes.
But you get my point.
Yes.
Right.
No.
You have to protect your daughter.
Because at the end of the day, anything my daughter say, anything any of my kids say is gonna go.
Right.
And so that's why I say I don't wholeheartedly disagree when we were talking about, a man being concerned about his place, but I just feel like things work out how they're supposed to, and if people work within their lane, it works how it's supposed to. But no one comes before like my kids. Okay. Granted, when you're married, your husband, as a woman, your husband comes before your kids.
Right.
That I'm not disputing. But as you're dating, like as I'm in the dating world, no one comes before my kids. If my daughter tells me someone makes her feel uncomfortable, that's the end of that.
I'm with you.
Like that's not it's not a dispute or anything.
I'm with you.
Now see, the difference is Miguel say that you be like, Goddamn Miguel, Jesus, because he's a boy.
No, boy, you gotta pay attention,
Yeah.
boy. Listen,
No, I'm
boy.
talking about now, but later when he's able to articulate and and it's just for me.
Now. Yeah. But I'm saying,
boys are jealous of their moms.
Yeah.
Baby boy is a prime example,
no,
bro.
I get that, but we different.
They go crazy.
Yeah. Baby
we
boy is
live
a prime example.
we live in crazy
in different times,
Yeah.
though, boy.
Yeah, but I pray and I just knock on wood.
It's a lot of benders out there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not just the girls, it's the boys too.
It's a lot of benders.
Correct.
You might think you're
But you
looking
just
at your
can't
daughter.
have everybody around your kids.
You're looking at your son.
Yeah.
You can't. Listen.
And I'm gonna be honest. I think a struggle that I've come across. This is going back to like our little debate or whatever. So one of the big struggles I come across, and it was when my daughter was small. It's not so much now, but I think it's because I'm older and my resting bitch face is like 10 times better than it was back then. But a lot of problems that I had was men trying to use my child as a way to talk to me, as a way to get in. Like, oh well, because knowing that you're not with the dad. Oh, so well, I could be her dad. That automatically, I'm not talking to you no more because that's weird as fuck. It's weird. Or
people use
just
that?
back in the day. That's why I say it's not so much now. But you do find now, I think men trying to find ways to date or trying to find ways to kind of interact with you. So they'll make a comment or a reference to, I don't need you to do that. I don't. And like I said, I'm very vocal. I've been very vocal. My son's dad is not as active as I would like him to be, but that don't mean I'm asking you to be active. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to things like that, I'm very, very clear on it. Like financially, I'm not asking you to come over here and do that. I got it. It's being done. I got it. Don't add your extra, because that makes me feel uncomfortable. And that's the red flag for me. Like, that's not what this is. So it's just as a woman dating, it becomes difficult.
Bruh, let me tell you guys this story. I remember one time, right? The mother of my kids was dating this dude, right? She was dating this guy, so my kids were going to a summer camp. And I told her, clear as day, you better not have no other man picking up my kids. And how I found out, because my daughter said, Daddy, some guy picked me up. I said, what?
Yeah, kids do that.
I was like, what? Another man is picking you up? You know what I'm saying? Like, after our agreement was like, yo, keep men away from my daughters. Yo, bro, I went to that day, the next day, bro. I went and I seen this, and I pulled up right in time, bro. When the dude, he had my daughter, said, yo, man, give me my kids. I snatched my kids. My mom was like, hey, please, because I wanted, man, I'm telling you, bro. Because, I was
young. Those are boundaries.
Yeah, those are boundaries. But I wanted to hurt that dude.
She made the agreement.
But I know it was in his fault.
What was she doing, though? She made the agreement. Because I wouldn't even be mad at bro. It's really
it wasn't his fault.
He
exactly. He doesn't know. Correct. And I was livid, bro.
He thinking he helping her.
Bro, I was so livid, bro. And that was the end of that story, bro. That was the end of it, bro. I was hot, bro.
I had a very similar experience.
Yeah, man.
But see, back in the day, I wasn't the same person I am today.
Right. Because, bro, I was a firecracker. Like, I was quiet.
I wasn't the same person.
I was a firecracker. I would snap. Even though I was,
that's your kid.
That's my kids, right? But now, now I'm cool. I'm very laid back or whatever. Very cool.
I think it's probably because your children are older now.
Yeah, they're older.
Because I would love to be like, I wouldn't have the same reaction, but I know with me starting all over with Miguel, I know for sure I would. I know for sure. Once I set up it don't matter what that boundary is. Whatever boundary I set with this kid, if his dad decided to do anything other than that boundary, y'all gonna see me on that little what is it, the Facebook Broward County mugshot, because I'm gonna lose it.
Right.
When it comes to my kids, that's the only way you could really. And if you want to see like a old, it's my kids.
Right.
I can't.
I'm with you on that.
because once you set the boundary, once she agreed to it, that was it. It should have never crossed at all, at no point. That's how I feel.
I don't really.
I would say this though, but the mother of my kids, but she did marry. She's married, and I met her husband. Good dude, man. Good dude. I would say that. Like, I didn't have no problems leaving my kids around him, and the reason why I say that, this is a good dude, because I remember I had an episode. And I was in the hospital for almost like 2 weeks. Remember, I was telling you I had like 3 blood clots in my legs. And this man, the mother of my kids, her husband, will pick up my kids every day to bring them to come see me at the hospital.
Yep. He's a good man.
Yeah, he didn't have to do that.
No,
you get what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that. He would pick up my daughters every day and brought them to the hospital just so they can be with me, bro.
That was
to me. That's very good.
Very good.
Right.
That's love.
Right,
bro.
and that's why her kids, because she has 2 younger kids, she has a son and a boy. That's why I treat them like if they're my own.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like I treat them like they're my own kids or whatever. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because we created that. Yeah. That atmosphere. You know, because we have the understanding. Me and the husband, we have an understanding.
Yeah, it's an environment.
Yeah, it's the environment.
So you guys like a blended family.
Yeah, like a blended family. Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm all for blended families. I love them. Yeah. The bigger the village, the better.
Yeah.
The bigger, but you just said
what? It has to, but we're talking about with boundaries, though.
No,
you know,
I know, but I'm just saying. But if you love blended families,
I do. I just feel like Al says, it's about a lot about vetting. You know what I mean? So back in the day when I was younger, a lot of girls, they would talk to my daughter's dad and ask him questions about me. Off rip, you focused on the wrong thing. This is not, I'm not your focus. I'm not your concern. So if you ask him questions about me, your eye is already off the prize. Right. So now we need to redirect. And so of course, quite naturally, it's a lot of women that'll say, oh, I don't like her. So then why would I want my daughter to be around you? Right. If you have a problem with me, why would I want my daughter to be around you? Right. Because I don't know you like that. I don't know you well enough to say you're going to treat my daughter kind.
Yeah. But you're not going to treat my daughter kind.
Exactly. Why would I think you're going to treat my daughter kind if you don't like me? You understand? So it's like, it's a lot of vetting that goes on. Yeah. And I feel like now, like I started over with Miguel, it's the same thing when it comes to his dad. If I set a boundary and say, hey, you know, I just don't want my son, I feel like that should be respected because it's going to be reciprocated on the other end as well.
Right. I say
that is a struggle of single parenting. It's a struggle.
I don't. You know, I can't. You know,
it's a lot of waters that you have to navigate that you wouldn't normally have to, and a lot of compromising that you have to do as a single parent.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
And the problem with me, I mean, hey, I don't compromise. I don't compromise
a lot. For a minute, bro.
A long minute.
I've been out since
long time. 24 years.
24, yeah.
So yeah, so
you don't know.
You don't know, bro.
I don't know, but what I do know is that I'm very stubborn, bro.
Yeah.
Right. You say that. You say that a lot,
bro. My wife, boy, I tell you, I don't know how she do it. She do it. I'm very stubborn though, man. I know when it comes to my kids, bro, I'm very protective of them.
Yep.
You have to, bro.
And you know. Just like I respect other people's kids and love other people's kids, I expect the same thing when anybody's around my children.
Right.
And if you have a problem with children, don't come around my kids. If you have, you know, if you're a disrespectful person, I don't care who you are. And that goes for blood, anybody, bro.
Yeah.
Like my kids are the most important thing to me.
Yeah.
Those to me is my prime jewels, bro. Like if you want me to love you, man, just love on my kids, bro. And you'll have a friend for life.
Yeah.
But you could be whoever, my mother, my brother. If you treat my kids bad, it's a done deal, bro.
Yeah.
Because man, I love my kids, bro. I love them, dog. I love them because, bro, it's like I get to be to them what I never had, what I always wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's that protector, that provider, you know.
This is your legacy.
Yeah.
Bro.
Not even that. It's just that I get to give them what I didn't have. And I'm not talking about like monetary gains. I'm talking about just
the
emotion.
love. Yeah, emotion. Yeah, that's
bro,
what I'm talking about.
Man, I love kids, bro. I love and respect kids, man. And bro, like I said, I'm different, bro. Like I don't play about that. I'm like you. You know what I'm saying? You want me to go to prison, go to jail?
Play with my kids.
Just play with that, and it's on. You know?
Gotcha.
I think we all like that.
So you gonna put on them jabot jeans?
I
you gonna dress in all black like you?
Hey, I ain't
with the Scully.
I'm not even gonna worry about that, bro. I'm just gonna catch.
So hey, late night, if you see Ralph creeping in all black, you know he's on the hunt.
Yeah, man.
Somebody done messed up.
My kids alone, bro. In general, I say leave kids alone in general, but leave my kids alone, bro.
Gotcha, bro.
Well, raising kids as single parents, I think is definitely a struggle. I actually feel like it takes a very huge mental toll as well that a lot of people don't probably recognize or see because you know you're dealing with so much different stuff, and then the fact that as a single parent, it's not the same as being married because you married, you say, okay, this is my wife. You know, you've been with your wife for 24 years. It's a marriage of 24 years. Whereas I feel like when you have children and then you separate from that person as a single parent, I have to deal with this person for 24 years. You see how that sound different? This is my wife for 24 years. I have to deal with this person.
Yeah.
For another
my
year.
wife will tell you that. I gotta deal with this. She'll tell you the same thing because she called me. Dealing with me is dealing with me.
Y'all love each other.
Yeah,
y'all
yes,
are
yes,
in a
yes.
happy marriage. You know what I mean?
All that,
so
all that.
us as single
all
parents,
that.
that's the face you give sometimes when you gotta see them at an event. God, here
Man,
he
we
goes.
do that now. When I walk in the house, I'll be like, this motherfucker. I'm like, hey, what's up, girl? But it's not coming from like a hateful place.
Yeah.
It's just like,
well, shit, the single parents can't agree with that. Sometimes it is from a...
No, it ain't from the... It's just like, I got to hear your mouth again. What you got? What's up, girl? And then here you go. Oh, I need you to do that. What don't you got for me to do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. More marriages, guys.
Then sometimes I mess with her sometimes. I tell her, man, do something to make me happy. She's like, what you mean? You rude. I said, man, go flip the mattress. Change the light bulb.
God.
Just mess with her.
He's such a dick.
Hey, man, bro, I gotta be an a-hole. But it's on purpose, though. She know that, bro.
I know she be hot, bro.
And I love it, bro, because I wait till she gets so hot. And I just, go kiss on her.
Get a kick out of it.
Yes. Yes, he does.
Yeah, you get like that rush, bro.
Hey, and she falls for it every time.
Yeah. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, I came home. I was tired, bro. She goes, "Hey, I got some light bulbs." She got these bright LED lights she want to put in the bathroom, bro. You walk in there, it's like a movie scene going on, bro. She's like, "Can you put these lights on for me?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm a little bit tired. Let me just." Okay. She said, "Cool." She leaves. She come right back. Did you do it? I'm like, no, you just left. I said, she's like, oh, okay. She went in the bathroom down here. Then she's like, I did it. I'm like, I said, well, there you go.
Right.
I'll be asking you to flip the mattress, change the light bulb, and you did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, you could make yourself useful.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, but I don't mean it for real. I'm
know.
just talking gibberish, man.
That's why she be ready to curse you out.
Right. Yeah.
All the time. But I love it though. You know what I'm saying? It keep things spicy, bro.
Yeah,
Lord have mercy.
Of course. You have to.
Lord have mercy.
With that being said, I love you, girl. I just be talking gibberish. This is our show for the day. This was a very intriguing conversation.
I love
very insightful too, because like I said, it's two different standpoints. Right. With you guys, how you guys raise your children, keeping them safe from stranger danger. Even from close-knit people. You can't trust nobody when it comes to your children. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Kids are precious, man.
Very much so. Innocent too.
Yes. And we got to protect them by all means. So this is our show for today. But we have a very, very, very good next episode. And this one is for my brothers, man. It's called Dear Brothers. I don't know if you guys watched the last one we dropped, right? Not the one before this one, the one before.
That one.
It's called Dear Black Women. We're going to do the exact same thing for the brothers. And I hope you guys sit back, kick back, get you some popcorn, tell your wife to sit her butt down and don't move. And we coming back at you, right? So please remember to like, subscribe,
and hit the like button.
Hit it, man. Ding. Don't forget to leave your comments, man. And let's conversate, baby. And if you guys want to get at Vic, I know y'all love Victoria. Y'all probably like, where's Vic? We love you. Just ask her for Instagram and go bother her, man.
Shout it out, Vic.
No, don't bother me on Instagram.
I'm messing with her.
Leave your comments on YouTube so we can talk. Let's talk about this episode.
Get out, Vic.
Get that out too.
Exactly. Hello. Write him. Talk to him.
Get him.
Hey, and you better be studying. Damn, I'm losing my track.
Better be on point.
Right, that's it. You better come correct.
Be on point. I'm coming.
But with that being said, we love and appreciate you guys, man. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. It's always with love and pleasure. Please remember to change tomorrow today and not tomorrow. Let's do the work today and not tomorrow. We love and appreciate you guys.
Peace.
Peace, man. Yes, Lord. Yes.